Hey y'all, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everybody also who attended the executive town hall last Friday. We had that on the 7th floor. That was the first one we did. And just a reminder, we'll continue to do those every Friday at noon on the 7th floor. They're open to all team members, medical staff to come and get updates, ask questions from the executive team. So hope you'll join us. I do want to talk about culture today, but before I do, I want to remind everybody that today is 3/14, which is National Pie Day. My mother-in-law is a math teacher, so I would be remiss not to tell a corny math joke. So I'll tell you. What do you call a group of shepherds who congregate in a circle in a field? That would be a shepherd's pie. So for you math fans, hope you got a kick out of that and celebrate today. We've talked before a lot about showing empathy and respect to folks in the building, regardless if they're a team member or physician or patient or anybody. And I want to talk today a little bit about the concept of being on stage. Earlier in my career, I spent a lot of time in the hospitality industry, working in restaurants and serving and things like that. I also went to Disney a little bit as a kid, like I'm sure some of y'all did. And this concept of being on stage, and I use Disney as the example. At Disney World, all of us get to see the magic of Disney. We get to see what is on the set, which is the streets of Disney World. What we don't get to see is the backstage of Disney World, which is the underground Disney. And some of you may have heard of this. This is where Mickey and Minnie and Pluto and all the characters, cast members, Disney calls their team members cast members, get to have a little bit of a load off. They get to take their masks off. They get to have private conversation, things like that. But before they go on stage, which is they take the steps up to the streets, there's basically a sign in a mirror that says, check yourself. Are you in character? And I use that example because today, every time that we pull on this campus in the parking lot or walk through the doors with our badge on, we are all on stage. We are privileged to serve along our team members and serve patients in our community. And everything that we do is public. And every action, every word that we speak, all of our body language gives folks an experience here. And that can be positive or it can be negative. And everything that we do is public and has the ability to give folks a perception one way or the other about this facility. And we have a great team. We have one of the best teams that I've ever worked for, the best team I've ever worked for. And it's a team that's taken care of my family and that I would trust to take care of my family again any day. And this concept of being on stage, and I'll give you some examples, and I've said this before, smiling in the hallways, not having private conversation areas that you think are private but may not be. You never know who's around the corner. You never know if you're in a workstation and having a conversation with a team member who may be 10 feet around the corner that can hear you. And that you don't get an opportunity to justify your remarks. And a lot of this is innocent, but it is things that we have to constantly think about because every action that we have, people see. So things like handing off and managing up your team, if you're transporting a patient from an area to another area and saying, hey, this is Jonathan, he's a great nurse, he's going to take great care of you. What a way to build up your team. Smiling in the hallways, opening doors for folks, not being on your phones when you're walking through the hallway. I heard something the other day of using another facility of, heads up, big smile when you're walking through the hallway, not looking down at your phone. So I would just remind everybody and ask you to remember that when you're in the building, we're all on stage. And I don't want to call us all cast members, but we all do play a part and we're here to support each other and support and take care of our patients. So remember those concepts today if you can. We'll be talking more about those in the future, and I hope you'll join us this Friday for our next town hall. We'll be doing it. It's on the 7th floor at noon. It's open to any team member or provider. So thank you for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. Thanks.